All right, well, we're going to get started. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to our live stream. My name is Dane Browner. I work here at Indeed on our Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging team. I'm Indeed's Global Recruiting Strategy Manager. Been with Indeed now for 3.5 years, and it's my job to partner with our talent attraction organization and our business units on how we recruit candidates here at Indeed. One of our core values at Indeed is actually inclusion and belonging. It's a focus of ours to ensure that not just for every internal employee here, but also all of our job seekers like yourself. Here at Indeed, we help people get jobs. Really excited to join you today and looking forward to the session and connecting with you via the comments below. All right, well, we're here today to share the most up-to-date job search information and resources that we can provide. We want this to be as helpful and relevant as possible for you, so please comment below about 2 things just to get us started. What do you want to know about looking for a job? And are there any specific topics that you want more information about? Our moderators are here in the chat. They're ready to answer any of the questions that you have. And next week, we'll go more in depth on specific topics based on your feedback. Go ahead and feel free to start leaving those comments below now and throughout the session all day today. While you're doing that, let me tell you about what we're going to be covering today. First, I'll discuss some of the recent changes to our website that may make it easier for you to find a job. Then I'll let you know some of the employers who are urgently hiring right now and remind you how to find and apply to jobs on Indeed. Next, I'll provide an economic update before sharing some information on what to expect when returning to work. Finally, we'll wrap up with some of your questions and success stories from the past week. Before we get going, a quick disclaimer here before we get started. The information in this video is for informational purposes only. Indeed is not a career or legal advisor. And just an FYI, you can come back to this video on Facebook if you want to listen to certain parts again, or you can check out our YouTube channel in the coming days, which we'll link below, and you can watch it there, as well as previous episodes that you can check out. Great. So let's get started by recapping some of Indeed's updates. We made a few changes to our website to make finding a job during COVID-19 faster and easier. Now, employers who post on Indeed can specify whether that job is fully remote or remote temporarily due to COVID-19. If you're looking for a remote job, just put the word remote in the what or where box on the Indeed page. If you're interested in remote careers, but you're not sure exactly where to start, check out indeed.com/career/work from home. You can explore remote careers and salary ranges on this page. Alternatively, you may be looking for a job as quickly as possible. Here are some features that can help you do that. First, Indeed uses an urgently hiring tag. If an employer is looking to bring new hires right away, they can add the urgently hiring icon to their job postings. If you want to find these jobs, keep an eye out for a red clock near the top job posting with the words urgently hiring next to it. Second, you can now signal to employers that you are ready to work immediately in any position. If you'd like to do this, go to your Indeed resume by hitting the person icon in the top right corner of the page and selecting resume. You'll see the option to toggle on #ready-to-work. This allows employers to easily find and contact you about job opportunities when they're looking for someone to start right away. If you're looking for a job in a different location, we'll be providing updates about virtual hiring events in the near future, so keep following and tuning in for more details. All right, time for some more of those comments. What do you think about these features? What else could Indeed do to make finding a job easier for you? What's your biggest challenge in looking for and applying to jobs online? Just drop those right into the comments. All right, let's talk about urgently hiring employers. First, I want to make sure that you know about Indeed's career guide page that lists the companies that are urgently hiring. It gets updated weekly, and we'll link it below. Here are a couple of our major national employers that recently posted on Indeed. Staples is urgently hiring for 4,000 roles in Massachusetts, California, Illinois, New York, Texas, and a few other states. Example positions include manager, sales associates, and others. Their apply to hire process takes under 1 week, which means that from the time that you apply, it takes less than a week to actually begin working if the job's a fit. They're also holding virtual and same-day interviews. Encompass Health is urgently hiring just under 5,000 roles in Alabama, Texas, Florida, Ohio, and a couple other states. Some of their positions include registered nurse, licensed practical nurse, and other roles. Finally, Allstate Insurance is urgently hiring and holding virtual interviews for 1,100 roles in New York, Florida, Texas, California, and a couple other states. Some of those positions include insurance sales representatives and customer service representatives. For the full list, check out the link below in the comments section. Pulse check. All right, you know I'm about to ask for those comments again. What do you think about these employer updates? Are they useful for you? Is there any other information you'd like to know about employers right now? If so, let us know in the chat. If you decide you want to apply to a job on Indeed, here's a quick refresher on how you can do so. To start searching and applying for jobs, you can create or update your free Indeed profile. That'll make it easier to apply for jobs quickly once you find a role that interests you. Next, you can browse by location in the search bar. Once you've identified a potential employer, click the Apply button and follow the instructions from there. Here's a couple of tips. Make sure to tailor your application to the specific job you're applying for. Take a really close look at the job description. You can actually research the company by going to their website, maybe their Indeed company page, or just look up recent articles that might be in the news about that company. You could also talk to other people that work there and use the information to customize your application and think about how to best position yourself for the job. One more thing before we go on. While you're searching for jobs online, it's important to stay alert. So look out for anyone who asks you to wire money, provide any sort of password, or someone that asks you to send them a check via email. These are likely scams and you should report them immediately. We want to know about these posts so that we can remove them from our site and continue protecting job seekers just like yourself. We rely on people like you to flag any suspicious postings. If you see something that seems off, we would greatly appreciate if you would click the suspicious posting, then scroll to the bottom of the post and select Report Job. And you can actually fill out the Report Job form, and then we'll have our team take a look at it. And if that is actually a fraudulent post, we'll get it taken down immediately. These reports help us remove spam, fraud, and all low-quality postings and make Indeed a safer place for everyone. We'll talk more about how to find fraudulent postings in just a moment. Now let's move on and talk about the economy, COVID-19, and the current state of the job market. At Indeed, we have a team of economists that provide insights into what's happening in the job market and the economy right now. This week, Indeed economist Dave Culbertson shared this. According to Indeed data, we continue to see improvement in the labor market. While as of July 24th, the job postings trend was 21% lower than 2019, this is the 12th week of gradual improvement in job postings. We've also spotted interesting trends across geographies. Job postings fell initially in travel and tourism destinations, large and small, but postings have picked up since May 1st in hospitality metros like Las Vegas, Miami, and Orlando. Job postings have rebounded much more slowly in some of the metros where jobs can be done from home. So, what does that all mean? It perhaps goes without saying, but depending on the status of COVID-19 in your area and industry, the ability of jobs varies greatly. That being said, overall, we are seeing improvement, which is very encouraging. If you feel comfortable and you want to share, please comment below and tell us your thoughts on the changing job market or how it's impacted you directly. We definitely want to hear from you. If you're interested in hearing more about what Daniel Culbertson has to say and what's happening right now in the US and global job markets, a great resource is www.hiringlab.org, which is run by Indeed's team of economists. That brings us to our next topic. We've received a lot of questions about how to make the most of your time when you're not employed. So here's our tip of the week. While unemployment is a period of uncertainty, it can also offer time for self-assessment and professional and personal growth. We have some specific recommendations on how you can leverage unemployment by setting yourself up for a successful job search. First, if you're experiencing unemployment, one of the initial adjustments you may notice is the loss of structure in your day-to-day life that a job previously provided. Keeping a daily routine that allows you to both rest and focus on your long-term goals can help you stay motivated, productive, and make the adjustment back to work easier. Try to find a schedule that works for you and your family, but here's a sample schedule of what it could look like. Consider setting an alarm for 8 a.m. and getting ready for the day. Next, you might spend an hour on your resume, followed by an hour searching and applying for jobs. After lunch, you might work on a side project for an hour, followed by a break and an afternoon of building your skills for your resume by taking an online course related to your career. Be sure you set aside time to connect with your family and friends as well. that goes right back to that self-care that we think is so important for you. There's many financial resources and aid programs available in light of COVID-19. Check with your local and state government websites to understand the options that are available to you. If you're already receiving unemployment benefits, be aware that the additional $600 a week in financial benefits expired at the end of July and has yet to be re-upped. Next, one of the positive outcomes of unemployment is that it provides a natural opportunity and gives you time to reevaluate your long-term career goals and set short-term goals and milestones against them. For example, as you reflect on where you are in your career, you might determine that you're ready to start working towards a higher level role, or you might even be interested in taking your career in a completely new direction and want to switch industries. Spend some time exploring your career that you want maybe in 5 or 10 years' time and map out a strategy that will get you there. If career planning is new to you, or if this is the first time you've had to do it in a while to actually outline your career and goals, check out the career guide article, How to Create Your Achievable 5-Year Plan, linked in the chat. Once you've determined what the next step in your career should be, consider taking the opportunity to update your resume. Even if your current resume is up to date with your most recent experience, it's important that you tailor your resume to each job you apply for using keywords and details from the job description. This is especially true if you need to look for jobs outside of your typical title or industry due to the impact of COVID-19, or maybe even your new career plan. Here's an example for you. You might need to reframe your past experience on your resume by using certain keywords or phrases that quickly communicate your transferable skills to the employer. You can also browse resumes on Indeed for job titles you're searching for and identify ways you can explain your background, qualification, and skills as they relate to your ideal job. To supplement your income or gain additional experience, you might actually consider freelance or gig opportunities online. Start your search on Indeed by entering a job title, keyword, or company in the search box. You can leave the where box blank, search by location, or search by keywords such as remote. For more information about locating remote work opportunities, visit our guide to Finding Remote Work on Indeed. Another great way for you to get some experience here could be volunteering. It's a great way to stay productive and gain new skills during unemployment. There are many volunteer opportunities that can actually be done virtually. For example, some organizations ask for volunteers to help with responsibilities like web design, social media management, or even event planning. Volunteer work might also refine some of your soft skills like time management, creativity, and teamwork. You can explore resources like Volunteer Match at www.volunteermatch.org to find local or virtual opportunities. Next, think about ways to connect with your network. With social distancing mandates still in effect, you may not be able to connect with friends, family, acquaintances, and former colleagues in person, but networking is still incredibly valuable in your job search, and it can still be done virtually. In fact, referral programs are responsible for about half of the new hires in the majority of companies. Consider connecting with people in your network by setting up a virtual coffee meeting or calling them on the phone. If you're experiencing unemployment, this can be a good time to sharpen your professional skills. There are several online resources for courses and certifications you can complete to advance your knowledge and skills and take your career to the next level. If you're not sure which certification can help you in advancing your career or where to get it, visit Indeed certifications at www.indeed.com/certifications to find schools or online programs that offer the certifications you need for the job that you actually want. Browsing job descriptions can also help you narrow down your options by learning the skills, qualifications, and working knowledge employers are looking for. Consider which new skills you can add to your resume that might be compelling to employers in the industry. For more information on how to decide which skills to develop, check out the career guide article that we've just linked in the chat. Finally, be sure to take some time for activities that make you happy. It can be easy to solely focus on your job search, but unemployment allows the opportunity to spend time on a hobby or interest you've wanted to explore but never had the time to. Employers appreciate well-rounded candidates with interests outside of work, so investing in activities that can not only build skills but also provide a sense of enjoyment can also end up supporting your job search. Let's summarize all of that. There are several things that you can do to make the most of unemployment by setting yourself up for a successful job search when the time is right for you. Spend time on activities that'll help you actually get to the next step in your career, whether it's updating your resume, gaining experience through freelance or volunteer work, or by completing projects that allow you to upskill and improve your enjoyment. While the list focuses primarily on activities related to your job search, it's important to take meaningful breaks to rest and practice self-care. Doing so can help you stay motivated during what is often a very stressful time. For more information on unemployment benefits and how to access them, check out Indeed Jobcast, linked in the chat. Now let's move on to some questions. These are some questions that were submitted by users this week. First up, I just graduated college and my job fell through. Should I go back to school in order to avoid entering the job market? It's a great question. I'd recommend checking out our episode specifically on graduating during COVID-19 for more information, but my quick answer is this. Getting more education is very valuable if you have a clear understanding of how this is going to help you get closer to goals. I'd actually add that it may help to explore different types of educational opportunities, as some options might be more costly in energy and resources than others. For example, professional development training, online certifications, and skill-specific classes can be helpful for recent graduates and require less investments than getting another degree. I mention this because it's of course important to be wary of unnecessary added debt. So in short, if you feel equipped and believe it will help you achieve your goals, go back to school. But if going back to school is what you're looking to do just in order to defer the entrance into the market, it's not always the best choice or the only choice. Next question. I'd like to know what is the best resume style that would be accepted by any recruiter. That's a good question as well. Ultimately, the best resume format is the one which makes your progressional highlights most visible. Whether that's a chronological resume or a functional resume, or even a mix of the two, that's kind of up to you to decide. However, I do recommend 3 specific things. Number 1, always follow any directions an employer provides about their preferred format of application materials. Number 2, when you apply, create a targeted resume. This is a resume that includes the key words from the job description and industry and highlights your qualifications for the position that you're actually applying for. The goal is for your application to jump right off the page. Lastly, number 3, if you're looking for resume templates, check out the resume samples category on indeed.com/career guide. I hope that's helpful. All right, last question that we're going to get to today. I've applied to many jobs and recently got an offer, but I'm still waiting to hear back from my preferred company. I don't want to bother the employer, but when is it okay to follow up on the status of my application? First and foremost, congratulations on the offer. Another great question here though. A lot of this is subjective and it's ultimately up to you to navigate your circumstances, but we do recommend a couple of things. First, review the job posting carefully and see if the employer has provided a timeline for review or a deadline on application submissions. If applications are still open and you haven't heard back from the hiring company after a week or two, it's completely appropriate to send a respectful, brief email to a potential employer. In that email, consider reiterating that you're interested in the position and sharing a couple of short sentences on why you're a great fit for the company. Then you could ask when they expect to narrow their decision in that exact same email. That might provide the timeline that you're looking for. Finally, I'd love to wrap up today with some good news. It can be easy to feel like there aren't job opportunities out there, but job seekers and employers are connecting each and every day, hiring using Indeed. We want to share some of those stories with you. I'm going to share a couple of stories from folks who recently got hired and submitted them in to us. One Indeed user wrote, "This is the second time I have found employment using Indeed. Very grateful for this app. Thank you, Indeed." Another wrote, "I wanted to change my career to work in this type of role, allowing me to assist in helping people. This job will give me more time at home and will make a huge difference to my quality of life at home. The advert and the notifications were invaluable." Finally, another person shared this with us. "This job means I'll be able to take care of my 2 children that I love. It means a new start and a new journey. Thanks a lot, Indeed." To each of these folks, congratulations and thank you for sharing your story with us. If you're ever in need of some inspiration during your job search, check out gotajob.indeed.com. This page shares up-to-date success stories from Indeed users around the world, and we hope that once you get hired, you'll also share your story with us too. All right, well that's it for today's live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know if the content was helpful by commenting below. All of your input helps us figure out what we should focus on next. If you've enjoyed today's session, 1, I appreciate it. But also be sure to like this page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. you know someone that could use this information, consider sharing it with them. Thanks again, and join us next week for another episode. Bye-bye.